Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and if this is your first time stumbling across one of my videos, I do focus on fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. So if that seems like something that you may be interested in, please think about clicking on that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, of course. Also, if you're already a subscriber, go ahead and click on that notification bell. I upload twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes I'll do a bonus video on Sundays, so I don't want you to miss any of them. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my hair, and you guys, I have this super cute bob, as you guys can see, from Hairvivi. I have worked with Hairvivi before, one time before actually, and that unit that I reviewed previously is one of my favorites by far. So I'm super happy to announce that this video is sponsored by Hairvivi once again. And you guys, I've done nothing to this unit, but you will see all the styling once we move a little bit forward. I'm also going to be doing a little bit of girl chat today, and I'm just going to be giving you guys my thoughts on cultivating genuine relationships as an adult, and also maybe being a little bit confrontational in those relationships with women and addressing those as well. So if you are interested, then stick around. So here is the box that your unit will come in, very luxurious. You'll also get an elastic band, and I love the fact that this elastic band is adjustable, so it really is comfortable. And here is the inside of the unit, you guys. You can see the knots are bleached. It has the ball cap method. It's perfect. And here is the unit. Look at those knots, you guys. Like, I mean, that lace is perfection. And you can also see the highlights there as well. Now I'm just going to fit the unit to my head. I thought this unit was a bit small. I always get a size small in caps, but this one was a little bit more snug, so I could have gone without the elastic band. But again, I just have to show you guys how good the parting on this looks. And now I've already cut off the lace, so we're going to get started with adhering this unit down with our Got to Be Glued gel. So I'm just going to go ahead and push this unit back, pin it back with the clips, and you will get these clips with your unit. And let's go ahead and get started on applying the wig. So as you can see, I just like to spray my hairline with that Got to Be Glue, and then I use my blow dryer. But I'm going to put on some tunes so you guys can enjoy, and then we'll go ahead and get into the girl chat.
Take me on a trip, I'd like to go someday. Take me to New York, I'd love to see LA. I really want to come kick it with you. You'll be my American boy. He said, hey sister, it's really nice to meet ya. I just met this 5'7" guy who's just my type. Like the way he's speaking, his confidence is peaking. Don't like his baggy jeans, but all my like what's underneath him. And no, I ain't been to MIA. I heard the Cali never rains, and New York's all away. First let's see the West End, I'll show you to my best friend. I'm liking this American boy, American boy. Take me on a trip, I'd like to go someday. Take me to New York, I'd love to see LA. I really want to come kick it with you.
Okay guys, so it is the next day. I slept in this scarf, so let's go ahead and pull this off and see what we have. Ooh. Oh yes, honey. So that's one thing I love about the Hairvivi units, is that they just come ready to go, as you can see. I mean, we have some dents, but my goodness. Of course, I need to flat iron this back. And they do have a comb in the back, along with that adjustable strap that I showed you guys. So here are all the highlights. What do you guys think? This color is absolutely beautiful. I'm not gonna lie though, I do feel like this color would look a lot better longer on me personally, but I think this is gorgeous. Also, possibly if it was a side part. Ooh, look at y'all. Do you see that parting? Wow. That looks so good. Oh my goodness. But I'm not going to even fool with it today. So I do find this unit to be a little bit on the thinner side, but not in a bad way. When I wear my bobs, I do like them to be a little bit more thin, just so that they're not bulky and like kind of sitting off of your head. That is the worst to me, especially when you have like a blunt cut or like a asymmetrical cut bob. And as you can see, this one kind of comes a little bit longer in the front. The cut on this is really nice. Really beautiful, you guys. So let me go ahead and flat iron the back of this, and you do get these alligator clips in every single wig. And honestly, I kind of feel like I want to add some waves in it, but I'm not sure yet. So we'll see. So I'm just gonna flat iron the back because it is like sticking up. I know y'all can't really see that, but you can kind of see how it's flipped up. So I'm just gonna try to bend it under some. Oh yeah, so I did ask you guys what you would like to talk about, because usually, you know, when I do my hair, we kind of have like a little bit of a girl chat, and I wasn't going to do like a what would Brittany do this time because, ooh child, sometimes I need a break. But you guys kind of sent in a few topics and questions, and let's see what we have. Ooh, so one of the first topics is finding genuine friendships in adulthood. Wow. So I think it's an ongoing saying that, you know, once you get older, it's a bit difficult to find genuine friendships. And I think that has to do with several things. One, you know, once you get older, your life takes like a different course. You have a lot more things to do, a lot more responsibility, just a lot more to be concerned and worried about, stressed about even. And sometimes building relationships can be, you know, a bit of a task more than it is fun, just because you have to kind of work that into your now adult life. When you were a child, the only thing you had to do was to go to school. And I know we thought that we were going through a lot as kids, but we really wasn't going through anything. And you know, that was just an easier time to make friends. You had no choice but to be around the same people every single day. But of course, when you become an adult, that is an option. You know what I'm saying? Even with your coworkers, you're around them every day, but you don't have to really, you know, participate with them depending on your job. For me, it became really important to build genuine friendships with women in my adulthood, because I kind of went through my whole life with friends that I had, you know, from school. And those are my core friends, my, you know, soul friends. But again, we built those friendships at a time in our lives when we had no other choice. Not that we wouldn't choose each other, but, you know, we definitely chose each other because we're still friends to this day. But life does take its course and you kind of grow in and out of your friendships. But I think one of the main things that I did to start cultivating friendships was to be nicer, you know, and sometimes that's all it really takes, is just to be nicer. And I say that for me because I'm a naturally nice person, but I don't think I'm perceived as such all the time, because I am very reserved. I'm shy. I know it's hard to believe, but I am. And until you get to know me, okay, let me preface that, you know, let me just say that until you get to know me. So I'm a social person when I am social, but when I'm in my bubble, I'm in my bubble, and I can be a bit hard to approach, I think. And then on top of all of that, you know, it's the other person. These are just my own hangups. You know what I mean? You never know what the other person's hangups are, or why they are not being as sociable as you would like. So for me, it was making the first move, you know, and I did a recent campaign with Bumble about this. I talked about how I'm not really willing to make the first move when it comes to dating, but when it comes to friendships, I've learned that it's important for me to make the first move because of how I could be perceived. Now, of course, I could easily say, well, that's their fault and they perceive me that way, and that's fine because people who know me, they know how I am, and blase, blase, blah. But do you want to make friends? And do you want to cultivate genuine friendships? Or do you just want people to just feel however they feel and you just move on? I mean, it becomes an active decision. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to do something different. And that's what I was willing to do different, was just to be a little bit more friendlier, a little bit more, you know, I would approach women like, girl, love your hair, love your outfit, love your shoes, or love what you're doing, you know, with your brand, or whatever it is, whatever, you know, we're talking about at the time. So to me, that made a world of a difference. And instead of just being like kind of standoffish and in my own bubble, even though I wasn't in my head being standoffish, but being in my own bubble and just kind of, you know, being comfortable enough to be alone and by myself, it could have been perceived that way. And I could possibly seem unapproachable. And that's not what you want when you want to build, you know, relationships with women, because I think a lot of women, we have that stigma about one another that, oh, mean girl, or you can't sit at our table, or, you know, those types of things. And at a certain point, it just becomes childish, ridiculous in high school. Any and everybody can come and sit at the table if you are a good person. You know what I'm saying? If you are whole, you know, because anybody should be able to come and sit at your table, especially if they can bring value to your life. Or maybe you bring value to theirs. Now, it is a two-way street. Now, I do know some friendships where I have seen where it seems like one person is always doing the giving. That can't work either. So, of course, you want to be more approachable to cultivate those genuine friendships. But then once that first move is made, it is up to both parties to then make the effort. You know, and so I think that for me was the main thing that I did differently. Just be myself. You know, I wasn't really myself when I would go out unless approached, you know, because I am a silly girl. Like I like to have a good time. I like to laugh more than anything. 9 times out of 10, if you're talking to me and I may sound sarcastic or whatever have you, 9 times out of 10, I'm joking. Like, that's just my personality. I can get super passionate about something and then turn it all the way off and be like, girl, okay, so what are we doing now? So, because it's not like, it's just my personality. Like, I'm a passionate person when I speak, especially about things that I am passionate about. But that does not mean that there's animosity or, you know, aggression or anything. And some people just can't take that. And I've learned that is not my issue. You know, that part is not my issue. If you can't take my personality, then that's fine. If you're intimidated by my personality, then that's fine. But being intimidated by me just sitting in the corner and me looking mean or being standoffish, I think that was more of my problem. You know, my problem to fix. So also just be a genuine friend. A lot of the times I think we're so worried and so guarded that we're worried about them being genuine to the point to where we're not even being a good friend either when you are starting those relationships. I'm not talking about relationships that, you know, you've already had. Come on, this wig, honey. let's not lose sight. She's hitting. Okay. But I think we are so on guard sometimes that we're focusing on what other people can do and how they can be good friends, but in the midst of it, we're not being the best friend that we could be, because you can't love if you don't love yourself. And you can't love if you always have your guard up. We've all been hurt. We've all been mistreated. We've all mistreated others, even if we didn't mean to. Somebody has felt a way about something you've said, something you've done, whether it was intentional or not. And if we all go around with this guard up, we will never be able to have friends, you know, lovers, relationships, period. So instead of worrying about somebody else being genuine and what they're doing, do what you got to do. You be a good friend, sis. You be a good sis to somebody. You be a listening ear. You know, you do those things. And 9 times out of 10, a good person will return the favor. Now, yes, there are some people out there that are just vultures and they just suck the life out of you. And sometimes they don't mean it. And sometimes they're just in such a bad place that they can't even help themselves. But you be a good friend. You do that. You be understanding, and that will come back to you. Just don't be worried so much about what other people could possibly do, and that stop you from being who you need to be in the friendship. So that's how I feel about like creating and cultivating genuine friendships and making those. Just open yourself up. And I'm, you know, listen, I've been there. Be open. Don't be so closed off. Not everybody's bad, just like you're not bad, you know. I've been misperceived in my opinion, and I know I'm not a bad person. And my friends that I still have to this day, they know I'm not a bad person, you know. But it takes new people some time to get to know that person. So you have to give them that grace. Y'all, I was thinking about if I wanted to put like some wand curls in this. Not like very slight waves. I think that would be really pretty, especially with this color. That was so easy, y'all. Look how easy that was. How do we feel though? I just feel like the color is a lot on a bob, you know? But it's super pretty though. Like, gorgeous. You know I love a little tuck, honey. Oh, she tucks well. Look how well she tucks. Let's see. I could do baby hair, but honestly, I'm not even feeling it. Let me see. Do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. She's cute. Y'all, that's really all with this unit. Like, how easy. That's why I love Hairvivi. I've already said this before. I said it in my last Hairvivi video, but look how simple that was, okay? Like, literally, I applied the unit. I woke up today and flat ironed it. And it really didn't need much flat ironing. It's just probably because I slept on it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put I did have a scarf on, but I didn't sleep with the bonnet. So the back was flipped all out. But I mean, the hair is so soft. Let me come close so y'all can see the texture. I also love the texture of their units because they are silky to the touch, but they have a little bit of texture to them. And I love that so much. I love that. I don't know how they get their unit so freaking flat. Like, wow. This does have the ball cap method. So you have your lace here and then that ball cap kind of starts right there. So you can see how good that parting looks. It just looks super, super natural. Maybe once I put a lip on, it'll be even better. What do y'all think? It's so good though, right? Should we answer another question or talk about another topic? Let's see what else is out here. Okay, so this one kind of piggybacks off of the friendship thing. It says, from your recent vlog, being an addresser and balancing conflict that may come with that. So in my last vlog, I did mention how I have to address certain things. And I was talking about a business aspect, but that's just in my life in general. If I see something that I don't like, or if let's put it in the friend realm. If I have a friend and I'm noticing that the energy is off, something's a bit weird, I'm going to ask you about that. And yes, I have had situations where I'll notice off energy, and once I address the situation, they either act like there's nothing going on at all, or like I'm making things up, right? But then after the fact, it shows that what I said was true, because then they start being even more standoffish or not wanting to be friends, or even throwing a sub or two, hun. So there can definitely, you know, I always say that me having to address certain things, it can be seen as confrontational. But I'm not really trying to ever be confrontational, actually. Just as a Libra, I have to have balance. And if I don't understand something, I'm definitely going to ask for clarification. And that's what it is for me to address a situation. But see, some people are not comfortable there. Some people like to sweep things under the rug. I'm not that girl, okay? So if I'm noticing something, I'm going to say something about it. And I don't come off when I'm addressing the situation as aggressive. It would go a little something like this. Hey sis, I'm noticing that, you know, in our conversation the other day, it was a little weird, or, you know, I noticed this, or whatever. Like, you know, do we need to have a talk, or is there something that's bothering you? That, you know what I'm saying? Very much so. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to beat around the bush, but I'm also not being confrontational, but it could be seen that way from people who are just not ready to address their own issues. And you have to be careful there, because you never know why a person's energy may be off towards you. And from previous experience, I've had people that were just uncomfortable with me being in the room. We would be great friends when we were alone, but when it came to groups of people, they would get weird. And I had to learn, now sitting at 32 years old, that yeah, I do have a big personality, and maybe that's my fault, but you don't like the energy that I take up in the room. You don't like the attention that I may grab in the room, even though the attention is on you as well, because I'm always like that. Like, it's always us when we go out. You know what I'm saying? If you're my homegirl, it's never going to be like, oh, I want to soak up all the attention and we forget about sis. Absolutely not. I am not even that type of girl. So, but that's just what I've noticed. And yes, it can be confrontational, but I think, your real friends and the people who really get you and value you, it won't be an issue for long. You have to understand that not everybody is comfortable with addressing situations or awkwardness or whatever have you. And, you know, they back off when that is being addressed. And that's not a bad thing on their end, you know, just like it's not a bad thing on your end if you do like to address certain situations. But also realize when it's worth addressing, or if you already got a gut feeling about something, 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. And, you know, I'm not saying leave a friendship, because I don't like when people do this. This is one of my pet peeves in friendships. When people leave a friendship and they have this mentality that you know what's going on. Not all the time, sis. Not all the time do I know what your issue is with me. Especially if we're friends, because I didn't know that we would have one. You know what I'm saying? So, but there are some people out there, it's like, if I stop being your friend, then you already know why. Maybe reevaluate that, because the things that you may be offended by, you know, she may not, I mean, why would your friend intentionally offend you? If you feel like your friend is intentionally offending you, then that's a different story. But if you're my friend, why would I ever intentionally want to make you feel some type of way? So if I did do that, and you know my heart, let's get back there. You know who I am. You know my heart. So you know I probably wouldn't do anything like that. But then you want to distance yourself or walk away from a friendship without any type of conversation. Was it really a friend anyway? You know, was it really a friend anyway? But when it is time to address certain situations, you have to, I won't say tread lightly, but definitely speak to someone how you would want to be spoken to. You don't want to come off aggressive, and you don't want to just charge at anyone with any accusations. You just want to have a conversation, open the floor for the communication to happen. And that's just how I feel on that. So yeah, that's a little bit of friend chat today, right? I love girl chat with you guys. Leave in the comment section what you guys think about these 2 topics, cultivating genuine friendships, and should you address a friend if you feel like there's some awkwardness or some tension, or should you leave it alone? And if you do address, do you find that that is confrontational? Or if you have been addressed by a friend, do you find that they were being confrontational towards you? I'd love to hear your thoughts, because I have dealt with this in a couple of situations in my life. But, you know, it is what it is. That's just the beauty of relationships. Nothing will ever be perfect. So, all right, guys. So that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts about this unit and the color down below as well. I am absolutely loving this color. You know, one thing that I always mention about Hairvivi units is that they are perfect for beginners. If you are someone out there who wants to wear a unit, but you're afraid that maybe your lace won't be laid, or you just may not know how to bleach those knots properly, or blend it in properly, or color the hair, whatever have you, Hairvivi has you covered, because their units come already styled. They come plucked, they come with the knots bleached, as you guys can see, and they also have an elastic band in the back that is adjustable, so you don't even have to adhere the units down for them to look good. I always use the Got to Be Glue Free Spray, which you guys saw earlier, but you don't have to at all if you don't want to. And I'll tell you a little trick. Sometimes when I just need to throw my unit on, I'll tighten up that band, throw it on, and put just a little bit of free spray right there. Hit that blow dryer on there, and especially if I'm wearing a middle part, girl, it is good to go. Like, my sides may be flapping in the wind, but who's gonna be that close? No one. But yeah, guys, I really enjoy this unit. I'm still thinking about maybe adding a few waves or wand curls. I do feel like it'll make this color pop a lot more, and I think that it would look a lot better as well. But I wanted to give it its straight moment, you know, so you guys can kind of see how the unit is supposed to look and how they intended for the style to look, and that is bone straight. So yeah, the cut's perfect, color's perfect, lace perfect, like every single thing is perfect. So I'll make sure to link this bob unit down below for you guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget, leave us your comments about the girl chat. That is the whole purpose, so that we can have a little bit of conversation about that. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.